always thought I knew what I was looking for. But that night in the dim light of that downtown bar, I realized I was craving something I hadn't even dared to name. Something thrilling. Something I couldn't undo. So when he stepped up beside me, warm breath near my ear, voice smooth and deliberate, I didn't flinch. I leaned in. "You drinking alone tonight?" he asked. I turned, already knowing it was him. The one I noticed the second I walked in. He had that kind of gravity. Silver at his temples, collarbone peeking from his open shirt, whiskey in his voice, and a stillness that made everyone else feel like static. His name was Jack. And he was trouble. "Not anymore, I guess," I said, letting my voice soften around the words. He smiled like I'd just passed a private test. "Shame," he murmured, eyes flicking to my empty glass. "I was about to buy your next." "You still can," I shrugged. "But I don't usually stay long." "Neither do I," he said, and the way he looked at me told me this wasn't small talk. No games, no waiting around pretending it's something it's not. Just two people looking for the same thing. "Your place?" I asked, meeting him head-on. He didn't answer. Just downed his drink in one fluid motion and stood. I followed. The door had barely clicked shut before Jack's hands were on me, strong, confident, almost reverent. My dress slid to the floor with a soft rustle. His mouth claimed mine like he'd been waiting weeks, not minutes. We didn't speak again until he dropped to his knees, palms firm on my hips, voice low as he said, "I've wanted to taste you since the moment you walked in." And then he did. It wasn't rushed. It was deliberate, skilled, his stubble grazing the insides of my thighs, his tongue tracing fire across every nerve. When he finally rose and turned me around, his touch was commanding, his body hot against mine. The way he took me, slow at first, then with the kind of intensity that made my knees buckle, wasn't just physical. It was consuming. I came undone in his arms, clinging to the edge of the bed as if it were the only solid thing left in the world. When he finished, it wasn't just a release. It was a collapse, like something we'd both needed too long. Afterward, the silence was warm. He lay beside me, fingers brushing down my spine like he wasn't done memorizing me. "I hadn't expected that," he muttered. "Me neither." What I definitely hadn't expected was waking to the smell of fresh coffee. Jack was shirtless in the kitchen, calm and casual like we'd done this 100 times before. "You were going to sneak out," he said without looking up. "I didn't think you were the coffee after kind," I teased, tugging his oversized shirt lower over my bare legs. "I'm full of surprises." He slid a mug across the counter. I took it. "I've got friends coming over tonight," he said. "A few close buddies. Cards, drinks." I raised a brow. "Just cards." His grin spread slowly. "Could be more. Depends on the vibe. They're open-minded. Curious." He paused. "Are you?" I didn't answer right away. I sipped my coffee and let the idea settle. Last night had felt like a match dropped on dry leaves, sudden, hot, unstoppable. The idea of that kind of energy multiplied. Something in me tightened. "I guess I'm staying," I said. By late afternoon, the air had shifted. Anticipation hummed under my skin like electricity. I stretched on the couch while Jack moved around the kitchen, casual and quiet. At some point, I slipped into the bathroom and let hot water rinse away the ache from the night before. I closed my eyes and let the steam rise around me, fingers tracing down my stomach as I imagined what tonight could become. When I stepped out, I wrapped myself in Jack's robe, heart thudding. I opened the door to find 5 men in the living room. All eyes turned to me. The air thickened. Something unspoken passed between them, and I crossed the room with slow, deliberate steps. Jack reached for me first. His hand found my thigh, warm and firm. "Let's get started," he whispered, his voice low. The others didn't crowd me. They waited, letting me set the pace. One stepped forward. His name was Marcus, tall, quiet, curious. He stopped just in front of me, hands at his sides, letting me lean in and press my lips softly to his. There was no rush, no demand, just heat. Another, Aaron, brushed my cheek with the back of his hand, then his thumb traced my bottom lip. My breath caught. His eyes never left mine. A third, Tyler, touched the side of my waist, grounding me. Their hands moved like they knew me already. No one grabbed. They guided. I moved between them slowly. Each kiss, each touch, fed the ache building inside me. I wasn't pulled or pushed. I was invited. And I answered with every tilt of my head, every shift of my hips. I let them see me, all of me, and I saw the way they looked back, hungry but respectful, eager but reverent. Then one Luke took my hand and led me toward the couch. I straddled him carefully, settling into his lap. His hands caught my waist, steadying me. We moved together slowly, every breath shared. But I wasn't as alone. Another hand brushed my back. A mouth found my shoulder. A kiss lingered at my temple. And then, behind me, I felt another presence. A pause. A whispered, "Breathe." I did. The moment stretched like something sacred. When it happened, it was full and overwhelming, a stretch of trust and surrender. My body was cradled between them, lifted and guided. Their rhythm surrounded me, voices low and steady, hands steadying, holding. The world narrowed to skin and breath, and the way my name sounded in someone's mouth. Somewhere in the background, Jack's voice murmured, "You're doing perfect, sweetheart." And I was. Because for the first time in a long time, I wasn't just wanted, I was worshipped. I didn't know how long it lasted. Time bent in that room. All I knew was when it ended, I was draped across Jack's chest, eyes heavy, breath slow, and someone, maybe Tyler, was tucking a blanket gently over me. "You okay?" Jack whispered, brushing hair from my cheek. I nodded. "More than okay." He smiled and kissed my forehead. I didn't come looking for this. I didn't plan it. But sometimes the things you never saw coming are the ones you'll never forget. And I knew, even then, this was just the beginning.